Hi guys, Amy here. We all know the classic story of Transformers, starting out as Diaclone and Microman in Japan, then licensed by Hasbro, rebranded and launched in North America as the iconic toy line we all love. But Transformers weren't just a USA phenomenon. They evolved in wild and unexpected ways all around the globe, and today I'm diving into one of the coolest chapters of Transformers history, Brazil. Transformers in Brazil had a rather unique twist. In Brazil, the Transformers brand was handled by several companies, each adding in its own little spin. Three key players, Estrella, Antex and Multibrink, shaped how Brazilian and South American fans experienced the Transformers brand. These companies not only distributed the toys, but often modified other ones, creating some of the most unique and sought-after figures ever. Estrella. Brazil's first taste of Transformers came courtesy of Estrella, which held the rights to distribute and manufacture Transformers toys from the 1980s up to the early 2000s, before Hasbro had a local presence there. Estrella ensured that the Transformers reach Brazilian kids, often with their own creative twists. The toy line was split into few sections. In 1985, Estrella kicked things off with recolors of the original Minibots, rebranded as Robocars. They were similar to the Hasbro counterparts, but sported exclusive color schemes that never hit the US market. They also just had bios which were translations of the original American ones, so the fandom mostly treats them as just variants of the American characters. For example, we had Camaro, who was Windcharger but in red or white, Carrera, redeco of Cliff Jumper, released in the red or gold, Jipe, redeco of Brawn, released in green or tan, Pickup, redeco of Gears, released in blue or orange, Sedan, release of Bumper, released in blue or white, and Volks, release of Bumblebee in yellow or silver. These recolors make Brazilian Transformers insanely collectible with so many variants, which are pretty rare these days. And I simply have no words. Some of these color schemes just look so nice. There exists even special sections of Transformers fandom that don't care about any other toy lines than the many variants of Minibots. But Estrella didn't stop at simple repaints. They also released redecos of the Jump Starters. There they were known as Saltman X and Saltman Z, and they were treated as entirely new characters. There's also Bat Robo, a set of truck figures with no direct Hasbro equivalent. They were named Pickup and Turbo. Both of them were adapted from Asahi Tsuho KK Attack Change Machine Powertron toy line. And let's not forget the first set of what would be Transformers remote controls vehicles, the Electrics. This series consisted of Esporte, Jipe and Porsche, originally from the Yonezawa Toys Remote Change Robo series. Yeah, this Transformers toy line didn't include any Transformers characters, meaning most kids in Brazil needed to use their imagination and repurpose the Brazilian releases of GoBots as their versions of Cybertronians. For year 2, in the year 1986, after the comics and TV already hit Brazil, Estrella launched a second wave, using localized names for the Autobots and Decepticons, here called Optimus and Malignus. The new toy line consisted of yet another set of redecod Minibots, which were split into two factions: the heroic bunch Optimus, which consisted of Carrera, Sedan and Volks, and the villainous crew of Malignus, which consisted of Camaro, Jipe and Pickup. Estrella even dabbled in non-transforming Transformers-themed toys. There was a board game called the Transformers Game, a puzzle set, and much more. For full pictures and extra details, please check out toyarchive.com. That site was a massive help for this video. Next up we have Antex. While Estrella was rocking it in Brazil, Argentina had its own distributor, Antex. They likely got the license through Estrella, though the legality is still a bit murky. Antex produced even more Minibot recolors, and although they had fewer molds than Estrella, their unique stickers and coloring variants make them prized by collectors. After the recolor phase, Antex shifted into just importing Hasbro figures, and by generation 2 of Transformers they even introduced Saltman back into Argentinian markets. Fun fact, around 1985 some of Estrella minicars began appearing with their blister cards crudely chopped and reassembled under a new logo called Invasion Galactica, with artwork of a UFO blasting our toy car This sneaky repackaging was likely an attempt to pass off imported toys as domestically made to dodge protection laws. TFWiki has a whole section about that, also wrote a legal tussle between Estrella and Hasbro. Multibrink. In the modern era, the newest player in Transformers toy history in Brazil is Multibrink. They hit the market in 2018, and unlike Estrella and Antex, Multibrink focused on simplified, budget-friendly toys rather than traditional action figures. Their main gig was releasing licensed Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 merchandise aimed at younger kids. Think plastic cars, trucks, and even little wildbots for doodling. So yeah, other enigmas. I don't know when else I can mention it, so let's add some of the other South American original guys into this video, okay? Brazil Transformers scene is full of surprises. There's the Radio AM robot, created by Taiwanese company called Taifong in 1984 as the robotic radio. This Frankenstein toy mashed together parts from various other characters. He has Soundwave's legs, Blaster's hips, Omega Supreme's arms, and Megatron's head. Later, Commando Toys in Argentina released it under the Transformers brand, complete with an official logo and the 1987 Hasbro copyright. Wow, it's like a mysterious chill cousin you invite to every family gathering, but nobody actually knows where he comes from. But he's a damn interesting character. He always drops some insane lore out of nowhere. Also, if you feed the Radio AM robot a 9-volt battery, he actually turns into a working AM radio. Oh yeah, speaking about the sound robot, there is this dude, or rather dudes, named Walkie Talkie Robo. He's based on Arclight's 2-in-1 robot Walkie Talkie. But get this, another company released them as a G.I. Joe toy. In doing that, they wanted to make it seem less robotic, and they fucked up the design by mutilating them. Look at this, this is some robot gore. They took away all their limbs. Also, here's a real gem. Grenadine, the company famous for like sandals and kids shoes, dropped a transforming wristwatch in 2008 during the hype for the Transformers 2007 movie. This orange digital watch transformed into a robot with an original sculpt reminiscent of Hasbro Real Gear robots Meantime and Midnighter XR4. But here's the kicker, this watch actually worked as a digital watch, showing the time, date, it even was a stopwatch, it had an alarm. It sported an Autobot insignia, but it never got an official name or a backstory, leaving its origins up to debate. Honestly, if I had a penny for every time Grenadine randomly added a new character into a childhood sci-fi franchise, I'd have two. Yeah, Grenadine also made an original Ben 10 alien. If you want, I would love to make a video about all the non-canon aliens in Ben 10. Like, if you want to see it, please comment. So, the legacy of Brazilian Transformers. Today, Estrella, Antex and Multibrink still exist, but they moved on from producing Transformers figures to now focus on children toys, building blocks and tiny plastic accessories. Still, their contribution lives on through rare collectibles and unique takes on familiar characters. Brazilian exclusive designs even made it into the Western Transformers animated series. If you want to hear more about them, go check out my old YouTube videos about bots Bumblebee shared a body type with, and their color schemes have inspired Red Echoes in the Shattered Glass stories, while characters themselves appeared in comics like Legends, Transtech and the Beast Was Uprising. For example, the Malignus faction was turned to a gang that caused the ruckus in the Axiom Nexus, often coming in many different stories as baddies. Our enigmatic Radio AM robot even popped up in the Wings universe as a popular singer whose latest single you could hear in a bar. Brazilian Transformers remind me of how the brand evolved beyond Takara and Hasbro, each region adding its own unique, sometimes bizarre spin. I kinda miss the days before that whole brand unification, where Hasbro now wants every version of their brand to be the same in every country, which by the way, massive props to the Hungarian production team of the Transformers brand, since it seems the localization based stuff like Rise of the Beast or F-Spark on their local releases of the old Marvel comics. So if you come across a weird blue cliff jumper, a transforming wristwatch or a mysterious Saltman Z, know that you're holding a piece of South American Transformers history. And as I'm editing this video, I found out there's even more South American companies that made Red Echoes of minibots, like Peruvian Linsa or Venezuelan Rubyplast. I will link many pages in the pinned comment that are great resources to check out some brand new color schemes for your possible OCs, or you know, Hasbro if they want to make another release of those molds, I would be down. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the videos, and tell me, who is your favorite South American character? How would you reuse them? Would you like to see them come back? Hasbro did transform that one Peruvian variant of pipes into a new character in the Kingdom toy line named Puffer, so I'm sure there is some great possibilities hidden there. We just need to dig them up. Bye!